Hey everybody, welcome back. Today we're going to be showing you how to make fresh, crunchy French fries from scratch in both our Ninja Foodi Pressure Cooker and our Frigidaire Air Fry range. As an added bonus, we're going to be making two different styles as well. So you ready? Let's get into this. Alright, for our sweet potato fries, the first thing you're going to need is a big sweet potato, obviously, a little bit of avocado oil, and our herb combination. And here we have salt, pepper, grated parmesan, parsley, and a little bit of paprika. For our traditional fries, we have russet potatoes. Once again, a little bit of avocado oil. We're using avocado oil because the burn temperature on avocado oil is very, very high. That way we can avoid a lot of the smoke. And also our herb combination. In here we have salt, pepper, grated parmesan, parsley, and a little bit of granulated garlic. I'm going to be doing the sweet potato fries skinless, so the first thing we have to do obviously is use our potato peeler and get all of that off. Next we want to go ahead and slice our potato, and we're going to slice this the long way. When you're holding a potato, be sure you curl your fingers over so the knife blade can travel down your knuckle, not travel through your finger. Very, very important. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and cut this in half. Lengthwise, and then we're going to cut them lengthwise again. So be sure you have the flat side down here on your cutting board. That way this doesn't move around on you here, because the last thing you want is for this to be unstable while you're using a knife on it. That's a good way to cut your hand. So we're going to want to cut this about halfway up. So we're just going to want to kind of line this up and cut through as straight as you can. If it's not perfect, don't worry about it. And as you're getting close to your fingers, be careful not to cut through your hand, and then just pull through, just like that. And we do that with the other one. Next, we'll go ahead and cut it lengthwise down this way. And you can cut these as thick or as thin as you like. It just depends on how you want your fries to be. And I don't want these super long, so I'm going to go ahead and cut them across the other way here, right down the middle, just to make them a little bit shorter. Like that. Then we can go ahead and throw these in a bowl and do the other ones and throw them in there as well. Okay, but next we'll go ahead and pour in our oil. Go ahead and mix that in here really good. A lot of people tell me, Joe, why are you putting oil in there? It's an air fryer. You don't want to use oil. Well, the fact of the matter is that a lot of those people are using pre-made French fries out of the store from the freezer section. And what most people don't know is those fries and all the other fried goods in the freezer section are partially cooked with a little bit of canola oil and flash frozen. And then you get them over to your house and put them in your air fryer. So yes, they do got a little bit of oil in them already. You can do this without oil, but if you do, you're not going to be as crunchy. Once you've got that oil coated nice and evenly, go ahead and take your herb combination. Go ahead and throw it in there. And then we'll mix this around really good just to get a nice, even coat on these. Just like that. We're going to be using the Ninja Foodi Pressure Cooker for our sweet potato fries. It's just a random choice that we're not using the air fry oven for these. The results are going to come out pretty comparable. I just wanted to give you a little bit more variety. So I'll go ahead and turn on the pressure cooker. Set the dial to air fry, and we're going to want to put this at 400 degrees, and we're going to leave this at 20 minutes. We're probably not going to need the whole 20 minutes. In fact, at about 15 minutes or so, you're going to want to start checking your fries to make sure they're not burning or anything. The amount of time this stuff takes to cook depends on the machine, and it also depends on how thick we've cut these as well. So we'll go ahead and start this up. Open this up, and all we're going to need in here is the pot and the little air crisping tray. If you've got the basket, that'll work too. In fact, the basket's probably better, but this is what we got. So you'll have this down in the bottom, and then we're going to go ahead and pour these fries in here. You want to get them as close to one layer as you can. In fact, you're probably going to stir these up a couple of times during your cook just to make sure they all get evenly fried. Once you got them in there, we'll go ahead and close this up and let it cook.
3 days later.
Alright, that's just finished up. I actually added an extra 5 minutes on it just to make sure it was nice and crunchy. So let's take a look at how they came out. Wow, and those are looking pretty fantastic. For the fries that we're putting in the air fry range, we're going to want to go ahead and warm this up ahead of time. So before we prep the potatoes, we'll go ahead and start the air fry. Set this to 400 degrees and just go ahead and start it up. Then by the time we're prepped, this should be ready to go. As far as these air fry ovens go, be sure that you have an air fry tray for it. The Frigidaires don't come with these, you have to get them separately. Some of the other brands might come with them, not so sure about that, but it's a good idea to find out. In any case, we want to remove this tray while the oven is warming up because we need to put the fries on it. What I like to do is I take a sheet pan and put it on the shelf directly below the air fry tray, and I line it with a little bit of parchment paper. That way it can catch all the droppings and it really helps reduce smoke. For our russet potato fries, we're going to leave the skins on. You should be washing your potatoes anyway, but if you're going to leave the skins on them, I would probably scrub them a tiny bit more. Okay, now we'll go ahead and cut these the same way we did with the sweet potatoes. So you're going to cut it lengthwise first. In this case, we're going to do steak fries. So once again, we're going to roll this over, flat side down, so this doesn't move around on you. But we're not going to cut it the way we did the other fries. We want a little bit of skin on every one of these pieces. So we're going to cut it down here, straight down the middle this way. Cut these into 2 pieces just like that, and then we are going to cut this either in half or into 3 pieces, just kind of depending on how thick you want these fries to be. These potatoes really aren't that big, so I'm going to go ahead and do this in half. So again, you're just going to kind of lift it up and try to cut straight through just like that. See? And we'll go ahead and do that with all of these potatoes. Remember, you are cutting at an angle here, so be really careful not to get your fingers. Hey, by the way, if this is your first time here and you want to learn some cool new recipes, get some great cooking tips and tricks and all sorts of other kitchen related things, then start now by subscribing to the channel and clicking the notification bell so you never miss a thing. Now once again, we'll go ahead and take our oil, pour that over the top again, just like we did with the other potatoes. Mix that in a little bit just to make sure you evenly spread that oil, just like the other ones. Probably should have used a bigger bowl, but I didn't, so we're gonna have to deal with it. Don't worry, we'll get through it. And in goes our herbs. Yeah, you're gonna want to use a bigger bowl than I did. This is a big pain in the butt. Oops. All right, and those are ready. The good thing about having an air fry oven is that these trays are really big, so we can really lay these things out flat. Shouldn't be any reason for these to be overlapping on each other at all. Now the preheat is done, you can go ahead and throw these in. And we're probably going to put these in here for about the same amount of time we put the other ones in for. So we're looking at about 20 to 25 minutes. So once again, these are going to cook for someplace between 20 and 25 minutes. But after 15 minutes or so, go ahead and start taking a peek every once in a while just to make sure they're not getting overcooked.
6 hours later.
Alright, I turned my oven off after about 25 minutes and I also let it sit for about 5 minutes to make sure all the smoke clears out. And now we can check out our steak fries. And look at that. Let's get these plated up. If you'd like to learn a little bit more about Joe's Phenomenal, you can watch a couple more of our videos or you can check us out online at joesphenomenal.com. So are you more of a fan of traditional fries or sweet potato fries? I'd love to hear about that down in the comments. Either way, they both came out really good, so it's a win-win situation no matter which one you like better. If you'd like some more info about the pressure cooker or the range that we used in this video, we do have Amazon affiliate links to those down in the description of the video. We do make a small commission when people buy stuff through those links, but it doesn't affect the price that you pay 1 penny. I thank you so much for taking a little bit of time out of your busy day to watch this video. It really means a lot to me and I can't wait to see you back again here really soon. So until that time, I'm Joe, and I hope you have a phenomenal day. Take it easy.